Hello and welcome back to the RotoWire Fantasy Soccer Podcast. My name is Andrew Laird, Senior Soccer Editor of RotoWire, joined on this Monday, March 8th by Luis Pacheco to talk about Tuesday's absolutely horrible Champions League slate. Luis, this is supposed to be like the exciting part of the Champions League, and I think this is like one of the grossest slates I've ever seen.
It's just TV killed the DFA slate. Like games, 2 games every day, it just sucks. But I understand why they do it for TV, but yeah, it's not gonna be fun, and we don't know. It's like, Juventus sucks, Sevilla sucks, Dortmund kind of sucks too, and Porto obviously sucks too. So it's kind of like, for fantasy, they're decent teams,
Sure.
but so Ronaldo's gonna be 100%, close to 100%, right? And then we just have to pick the rest of the guys and play. So
It's really about as ugly as it can get, I think, for the Champions League. So we have obviously Juventus favored at home against Porto, and then Dortmund favored at home against Sevilla. We had like extremely disappointing Ronaldo the first time. Porto won that one 2-1. So obviously Juventus got the away goal, but they have to make up. They have to score at least one. We're at the point of the Champions League where we have to think about that. And then Dortmund won the first one in Spain 3-2, which is kind of a banana score, but what we were considering for that one.
Yeah.
3 away goals. I'm not sure Sevilla comes back from that, but Sevilla wins 2-0 and they go through, so it's not crazy. But it's weird to me that, like, obviously everybody's going to want Ronaldo. Haaland is the second most expensive guy. I think, like, the more I went into this slate, I was just like, well, you obviously aren't going to play both of them. And I still don't think you actually should play both of them. But I think there are some people who will play both of them because after those two, like, there's nobody I want to play.
It's just tough. I think that, it's just as hard to measure the level, right? Like, because when we talked before about this, Sevilla was on a high trajectory. He beat Barcelona, most physical team in the league, and Erling Haaland make everybody look like a boy, men's versus boy. He was, but now, like they are at home. They still can counter, but counting on Haaland to score, 2 goals. It's totally possible. In fact, I think that he might be able to score more goals than Ronaldo, considering how open Sevilla is going to have to be to try to score. So I don't know. But overall, you will say, well, at least Ronaldo, that he's going to be there until the end. Porto seems like a team that it might take more shots, so than Sevilla, and it's I don't know. If you can play both, that's fine. I think for me, just Ronaldo, considering the floor that the guy gives you compared to Haaland at the counter, But I might totally be wrong. And also, I think Haaland is a little bit injured, so it's
he came off early against Bayern. Of course, that was after scoring 2 goals.
Yeah, after scoring 2 goals. Hey, no, that's all right. It's okay. So that's good. I like it. So no, that's fine. So I think so. And then it's like, obviously, then we don't know what Juventus is going to come out with. They have a very alternative team this weekend against Lazio.
Yeah.
Bernardeschi was playing as a fullback, like left fullback. It's not. I'm not sure if they're going to do the same. Rabiot was really good as an attacking midfielder. We don't know where they're going to play. I see the lineup on UEFA, and I don't think Ramsey stars.
Yeah, it seems like a weird one to me.
I'm not sure. I think can be Weston McKennie. I don't know. I feel for what I seen from Juventus lately, it seems that they can play with the Bernardeschi and Chiesa.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they both might play. Cuadrado is back, but he didn't take any corners. And it feels like when Bernardeschi plays, he takes everything.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't play full time. He's cheap though, so he started at 7,600. You can, definitely play him as a second forward. Chiesa at 9,200 is a little bit tougher to swallow But I can see Chiesa, as a second forward. Um, the Sevilla guys, well, I don't know. Sevilla is like really in a bad trajectory. They just lost in against Barcelona for the cup tie after being up 3-0, 2-0. They lost at the end. PK goal. They lost against Elche this weekend, which was one of the weakest side on La Liga. Papu Gomez still not integrated in the team, which makes sense.
I feel like they threw him out at the beginning, and then they were like, I guess we shouldn't do this as quickly as we did.
Yeah. I do think that, Sevilla did pretty well when they changed their system for the second half. So I'm expecting then they play something similar. I mean, I wish that Oscar wasn't that expensive.
Yeah.
Because it's just unplayable at that level. But I mean, Lucas Ocampos, you can give it a chance.
I thought about it.
But it's a $7,000 chance. It's not like a 5,000. Like, nobody's 5,000 in the forward. So you either have to pick Marega or Taremi at 6,000.
Yeah.
So it's like, forward is like if in fact I will understand if some people just don't want to play if you don't want to play a forward, you don't have to. But
I think you end up. So I saw Bernardeschi's price, and I was like, I would definitely play that for the 57 minutes that he gets. And then, but it was kind of like, if he's the reason I play him is because Chiesa's so expensive. And when I got to Chiesa, I was like, well, if I don't really like anyone else on the slate, is the 1,700 from Chiesa to Haaland that bad? And the answer is still like maybe. Like I really don't think there's anyone else on the slate in any other position that needs to be prioritized. And so it's kind of like, do I want to pay 6,000 for a midfielder, or do I just pay 4,000 and then I can just play Haaland instead of Chiesa? But then it's like, if I play Bernardeschi, do I want to play Ocampos? I even literally took minutes deciding if I wanted to play Marco Reus, which just says everything about this slate, because you should never play Marco Reus. And yet there I was thinking, like, maybe I'll play Reus.
Torgan Hazard too. I don't know. It just feels that, I wish I knew how the game is going to go. It feels like Sevilla have to attack, so you will like Sevilla pieces, but they are expensive. And then it's like, but Haaland can score at the counter a couple of goals, and then the slate's dead. And so are you. So, I agree with you. I'm hesitant on Chiesa, just on the sense that we haven't seen him and Cuadrado playing. So if Cuadrado going to take the set pieces, and then Chiesa is nice for floor, but God, at that price, if you get, Haaland just need to get one goal to get there. So.
Right. The Hazard one is funny. I was writing about it earlier, and I pretty much said, like, I think Hazard will be popular because people are like, he'll be taking Dortmund set pieces, and completely forgetting that, like, Dortmund set pieces, other than Sancho, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you don't ever need them, because they could dominate games and only get 2 corners. Like, I just really can't see myself spending for Hazard. If I can, like, I'll just play Chiesa at that point.
Yeah, I think so too. I think for cash, probably makes sense, Ronaldo or Chiesa. And if you can get to Haaland and without much damage in everywhere else, you can probably do it. I feel that maybe Morata might be popular after 2 goals this weekend. Obviously, I think Bernardeschi will be the shoe-in, like the potential Ronaldo if he starts. We don't know that, sure. But yeah, I will say so. And I don't know. Everybody else is just asking for trouble. Like Enesiri, Luke De Jong. They are cheap, but they with the price comes the crumbling floor. So
right. I think Ocampos is the only Sevilla forward I would consider.
Yeah, me too. I agree. I think Ocampos for the kind of games Sevilla are gonna play might be a good player, and considering he's gonna shoot. So Sevilla needs 2 goals. So.
Right.
So
as I'm looking through all the forwards, and I'm like, if I have to pay up for forward, then I'm not going to be able to get the expensive midfielders. But then when you flip over to the midfielders, like you mentioned it, like Oscar's pretty expensive. And then you like Ramsey is one of the most expensive midfielders on the slate, and he's only 6,400, and I'm not playing Ramsey, but it makes you realize that like the midfielders on the slate aren't even that good. Like,
yeah, I will play Rabiot just because he seems to get there. And
I was going to say that about Bellingham. He always seems to get there too. And
yeah,
5,100. But like, I don't want to play.
I will. I mean, it just depends what Sevilla comes out, right? Like, if it's Jordan instead of Papu Gomez, you consider Jordan. Papu Gomez has 6,000. I think I might pass this time, but it still will be in consideration because he hasn't been pretty good, but he's still it depends if they trust him, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just feels that of all these guys, I mean, I'm okay with like punting seriously. I mean, I think Rabiot at that price or Corona are not bad.
I agree.
I mean, but I can see going to Mateus Uribe, which seems to get 5-6 points every match for 3,000.
3,000, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how he had like 5 points in last match or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
it might be the most boring 5 points you can ever think in your life.
If I could play no midfielders, I would play no midfielders.
Yeah,
like exactly. I kind of hope that Kulusevski starts. Even with no set pieces, I'd at least take 5,500 for a frontline player for Juventus. Like,
yeah, totally. Yeah, and I'll do that. I think Joan Jordan might be good with set pieces. If he gonna have the set pieces if he starts, obviously.
He should, yeah.
I mean,
Oliveira,
that's a
I'm
price
assuming you're not playing.
Say that again?
Sergio Oliveira, I assume you're not playing.
It's tough, man. I'm gonna say I watched a little bit of the game. Juventus looks dreadful. So, but it's just or Sergio Oliveira keeps scoring, man.
Every time.
And if they go extra time, he definitely takes a PKA. So I see Sergio Oliveira over Papu Gomez, which is oh my god, I can't believe it.
Right?
Yeah, I can't believe that. But yeah, Kulusevski, Bellingham don't seem bad. I mean, if I'm probably just gonna spend down a midfielder. I think I want to get the Sevilla defenders, mostly because they don't sub, and then someone else. Let's see. Like I think Navas and Acuna are decent get.
I agree with you.
And maybe I mean Cuadrado feels expensive.
He does.
Just coming back for injury. But what else are you gonna get? I mean, I don't mind Sandro, but
I was gonna say about the Juventus guys. Like I play them at their prices over any midfielder at their prices.
Yeah,
though.
Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt about that. Yeah, I mean Cuadrado with opportunity for set pieces and Juventus, trailing the game. I mean, I will do it. I mean, and they don't have many players. I mean, Danilo has to play in the middle of the defense. So, I mean, there is a hope with Nico Schultz as 2,700, but if you have a fullback for 27,
you're gonna get you're gonna get center back production.
Yeah, you probably would. I mean, you can. Yeah, it's like you can get one of the. Yeah, he's cheap. I mean, you can get Demiral. I guess is the cheapest center back. I mean, don't mind Diego Carlos at that price. He has the tattoo of the goal he scored for the Europa League champion. Yeah, so but this is just. For me, it's Acuna and Navas should both be in a cash lineup, and I mean Cuadrado seems rich, but if you can afford it, if you can, right? Then, but it's like that's the reason that this slate sucks because. Is either punting for everybody and get Haaland and Ronaldo, but do you feel like spending for someone else is going to get you a better result? I don't know. Yeah, it's just tough.
I just don't see like the biggest problem with the slate, and which is like every slate I go into, I kind of like make my lineup and then I go to the all screen and I'm like, all right, which guys am I not playing? Like who is there someone on this list that I should be playing? And I went through the player pool. I couldn't even make a lineup, and then I went back and I'm like, okay, who are the guys I didn't put in? And there was nobody there. Like I do not want to play anybody on this slate.
Exactly.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it's just tough because it's like, hey, I mean, I feel, defense. I mean, Sevilla has to attack, and they're gonna cross. Dortmund is probably gonna be waiting and try to get Haaland to run. So that's what they're gonna try to do. So for that script, you say, well, I want the fullbacks and I want the set piece taker. But the problem with the set piece takers is Papu or Jordan or Suso or whoever it is for the price. It's not worth it for the 50 minutes it's gonna play.
Right.
Because you don't know. I mean, it's not working. The coach is gonna change. So
especially when they have 5 subs available.
Yeah. And then, as Juventus is behind, but 1 goal keeps it in.
Right.
They score 1 goal early, you're done. RotoWire is coming down.
It's just the sign can't even handle how bad the slate is.
Yeah, it is bad. It is bad. It's like, you're on your own. I mean,
it's
midfielder is gonna win it for you. It's sad when the GPPs and the cash-in spots are depending on Rabiot or Papu Gomez or Betancourt or Bellingham. So it's like 1v1s. It's gonna be 1v1s, and goalie obviously. So
yeah. I think it becomes a more manageable slate if Bernardeschi starts.
Yeah, I think
so. He's the most important player.
More palatable, yeah.
On the whole slate.
Definitely. Yeah.
Which is just gross.
Yeah, it is gross. Yeah. It is gross.
Are you going to pay down for Marquezine, or is there somebody else that you think is worth going for?
In this slate, I think nobody's worth for. I like the Dortmund goalie. I think Dortmund goalie is going to see a lot of shots.
He should.
But so does Marquezine for cheaper. So.
Right.
So if I'm gonna try to fill my, I'm gonna do my lineup. I'm gonna put Marquezine in the lineup, and then when I'm done, I have 500 left. Let's see who I can get. I mean, I just feel like Sevilla goalie and Juventus goalie are asking for trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, Juventus might be, they might win 2-0 probably, and it sounds safe, but a goal is the only shot he's going to see.
Right.
So, Bono the same way. I mean, if he see a shot, probably is going in. So, because it's going to be from a very open play than somebody by itself. So.
Right.
So I don't know. I think at least Marquezine, I know they're gonna have Porto's gonna have the whole defense in there, trying to keep the 0-0, and Juventus not creating much. So and you have Penaldo, shooting. So every time he shoots, you get 4 points. You're happy.
That's the good correlation, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. If you guys have any follow-up questions for Luis, you can find him on Twitter at Pacheco. You can find me at RotoWire Andrew. We're also both available in the RotoWire subscriber Discord, which is open for all RotoWire members. If you are not a subscriber and would like to try us out, you can go to rotowire.com/pod. That's POD. Gets you 10 free days to the site for access to all of the sports that we cover, as well as that Discord chat. So feel free to check that out. Luis, thank you for that, and good luck on Tuesday.
Good luck to you, man.